All right. Shalom. 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 I'm the priest Ayin Wa from the GMS South Carolina Midlands camp. Coming back with another lesson, quick lesson through the spirit and through the power of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Rakah Kodash. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. Call Lord Yamla Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Rakah Kodash. Double honors to my apostles and to my elders of great millstone that rule well, which taught me this truth, who are the true leaders of Israel today. And also peace, love, blessings, and salutations to the elect. All right, shalom. And, pretty much in this lesson, I wanted to touch on this article. I got an alert from this news article. And pretty much, man, this is just, further proof that we're in those times, right? To where the Lord has these prophecies speaking loud and clear, right? And this particular lesson is going to be based on the prophecy of the rumors of wars, and ultimately World War III is imminent, man. It's going to happen because it's biblical prophecy. So I'm going to jump right into it. And it reads, Russian state TV threatens nuclear strike on U.S. And this is all you're hearing about now, nuclear war, nuclear strikes. Okay, you got these countries that are testing their nuclear missiles, testing, their weaponry, right? Because we're in a time of war. We're in that time. Okay, at one point in time, people used to laugh and scoff whenever you, said anything about World War III or nuclear missiles being used. But now this is a main talking point, man. And that's the thing, like all the scoffers and everybody who wants to come against the prophets, as time moves forward, is only going to continue to prove that the prophets are right, because it's not us speaking. It's really the words of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai speaking through his prophets, man. Okay, the Lord actually speaks through his prophets. Okay. Real quick. Salakia. Hebrews 1:1. The Most High, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets. And the Lord still does that, man. The Lord changes not. Okay, so just like how he spoke through the prophets back then to the fathers and to the people, he's doing the same thing now. Okay, that's why you see the prophets back on the highways and byways prophesying the downfall of this place, because it's ultimately the Lord that's speaking. Okay, and that's why things are happening, man. The vibration of the Lord is going out. Every time brothers go out and teach, every time brothers make lessons, okay, that vibration of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai and the prophecy coming to pass is going forth. And that's why things are getting tighter and tighter, right? We already see Esau about to come back with the LDs, the so on and so forth, man. Now they're talking about a new pestilence. Okay, and you're gonna have to get, what the MASKS, okay? And we got to speak in cold words. For us to even have to speak in cold words, let you know that what we're saying is truth, okay? Because if it wasn't, we wouldn't have to speak in code, man. All right, Salakia, man. I don't even know how the fuck that's popping up, man. It's just Satan. And I got my airplane mode on for a reason, right? But as a matter of fact, yeah, just had to make sure it's on. So going into it, it says a Kremlin propagandist has issued the latest nuclear threat against the West regarding the war in Ukraine. Okay, so these are rumors, right? Are we in World War III right now? No, but we're in the beginning stages of it. Warning that the U.S. could be in danger of a Russian missile attack. Igor Korotchenko, editor of the newspaper National Defense and a regular guest on the Russian One channel, where guests have reportedly called for strikes against Ukraine's allies, took exception to criticism of Russian conduct in the war. Russia is being warned and threatened that if we misbehave, or if in NATO senior member for logistics, Ben Hodges' opinion, we exceed that he considers to be the necessary permissible lines for the use of all types of Russian weapons, he threatens us with more than just strikes on the Crimean bridge, Korotchenko said. Hodges has reportedly called for Ukraine to be provided with all the weapons it needs to retake Crimea, such as ATACMS, Army Tactical Missile Systems, which would allow long-range precision strikes on the peninsula Moscow annexed in 2014. And see, this is why you can't afford your rent. This is why why the gas prices is going up, because ultimately, Esau, Biden and his cabinet, his administration, which really is all being orchestrated by the elites, they're making you pay for the money that they're sending over to Ukraine. And this is why a lot of, these Edomites are in an uproar, because they realize it. The only people who really don't realize it is Jake. You have a few Jakes that realize it. And these crazy niggas, now they talking about voting for Trump, niggas for Trump. If you're an Israelite, you shouldn't be worried about voting, period, man. Because it's two sides of the same coin, man. They all in league to keep you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans cut off from your power. Going into Psalms, the 83rd chapter. Okay? But these are the rumors of wars, man. Right? Korotchenko said that Hodges believed the U.S. might consider strikes on the basis of Russia's Black Sea Fleet and troops in Crimea, as well as strike Russian naval bases in Tartus, Syria. Korotchenko believed these were not just statements of a retired hawk, but also a concerted information campaign designed to influence both us and a Western audience. While the U.S. is the biggest provider of military aid to Ukraine, you see, it has taken pains to avoid direct confrontation with Russia and has made no threats of attacking the targets of Korotchenko referred to. And ultimately it's going to happen, man. That clash is going to happen because this is all biblical prophecy. You see? But Korotchenko said there should be a discussion about what will determine the use and permissibility of tactical nuclear weapons, what goals and what tactics we will use. The most important message we should send to the Americans is that we will not wage war with you in Europe, he said in a clip subsequently posted on X, formerly Twitter, by Ukrainian Internal Affairs advisor Anton Gerashchenko. Every time you see that Chinko or something like that, you know that's the Russians. In response to your attacks on Russian military or civilian facilities, the first strike will be a preventative, limited strike against targets on the territory of the United States of America, he told the anchor of 60 Minutes, Yevgeny Popov, last week. Russia announced that its Sarmat strategic missile system, which can reach the U.S., had been put on combat duty. So these are the rumors of wars, man. You see, war talk is what's being talked about. Talks of war. Okay, but these are the prophecies coming to pass. Right? And like I said, I'm going to get right to the point. Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. You see, so we're in these times. This is just more proof that we're in the times of biblical prophecy being fulfilled, man. Okay, it says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So we're in the beginning of sorrows, man. Right? We're hearing the talks of war. Right? We see these nations getting ready and preparing to go to war with each other. Right? Ultimately, the Lord is getting ready to gather them in the Middle East. Right? For that judgment, to where he's going to take out the militaries of all these nations. And that's a strategic move, war tactic of the Heavenly Father. He's the ultimate strategist. Exodus 15:3 says what? The Lord Yahweh is a man of war. You see? So the Lord is doing a strategic move to take out the militaries of all these nations. Because if a nation don't have a military, then guess what? They don't have anything to resist being conquered. Look at us, for example. Right? When it comes to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we don't have our own militaries. We have to join the militaries of our enemies. You see? And look how we're conquered. So the Lord is getting ready to take down the militaries of these other nations. Okay, he's going to conquer them, man. Okay, and we're gonna be put on top. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation." You're seeing these, racial tension, right? Everybody's at each other's throats, right? It's going to be class wars, okay, civil wars, race wars, right? You're going to have the so-called left against the right. It says, "And kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." And we're seeing that, man, right? We're pretty much already in a famine. We ain't eating real food. They're talking about they want us to eat digital meat and so on, and processed, digital food and so on and so forth, man. Right? It says pestilences, right? They're talking about a pestilence, and really it's going to be a real pestilence out here, right? Because it's all through the Spirit of the Lord, man. It says all these are the beginning of sorrows, man. So these are the times that we're in, right? Joel, the 2nd chapter. Joel, the 3rd chapter. "For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem," the Lord is getting ready to take us out of captivity, man. "I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yehoshaphat," meaning the Lord's judgment, over in the Middle East. The Lord is getting ready to gather these nations over in the Middle East, right? "And will plead with them," pretty much going into judge. When you go into that word plead, it means to judge with them. "Therefore, my people, the children of Israel," so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. According to Deuteronomy 7:6, we're a special people, a holy people, separate from the other nations, man. The Lord separated us from the other nations and put us on top. And now all of that is about to play out. "And from my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land." You see that? So these are the times that we're in, man. The Lord is doing this for the children of Israel. He's about to take down Esau, take down all the other nations, and put us on top, beginning with the elect, because it's meant for us to rule forever and ever. We have the blessing. We have the birthright. Okay, so we're going to rule forever and ever, not Esau. Even though Esau's trying to prolong it, he's trying to, physically and carnally force his blessing of getting the birthright back by ushering in the MOTB. He's not going to be successful, right? Yahweh Shai is going to disappoint the wicked. Yahweh Shem Shai is getting ready to disappoint the wicked being Esau, Edom, according to Malachi 1:4, man. You see, but I just wanted to go into that real quick. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. We're in that time, man. We're in the time to where we're seeing these prophecies coming to pass. So all we got to do is just continue to believe, keep the faith, and endure. And Lord willing, we all be of the elect, all the sincere Akim, right? And you, Akwaf, right? All the sincere believers. Lord willing, we get beamed up on the fathership, man. But that's pretty much all I had. Lord willing, this lesson edifying. Until next time, I want to say shalom.